This is Hamzat.
How you doing?
How long have you been training Hamzat?
A couple of years now.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
In Sweden.
Yeah.
When did you meet Hamzat?
When we first came to the gym, it was a couple of years ago.
You also coached the Swedish national team.
Yeah.
What do you think of Hamzat? His style, striking.
He got a natural timing for punches. And he punched hard.
Oh, so hard.
Yeah.
Just standing next to him, I could feel his power.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of sparrings when he just throw a jab and cuts them open. Throw a jab.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev has always been one of the most feared fighters in the UFC, a buzzsaw that can tear through opponents with seemingly little effort. His explosive power and aggressive fighting style have made him a nightmare for the competition, earning him a reputation for crushing opponents within the first few minutes of a fight. Robert Whittaker, Li Jingliang, Kevin Holland, each of them has fallen victim to Chimaev's unrelenting pressure. But now, as Chimaev heads into his biggest fight yet against middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319, something is different. In fact, those close to Chimaev are hinting that this time, the Boars has a new edge, a new conditioning strategy that could change the outcome of his fight against du Plessis. There's no doubt that Chimaev's cardio has been the topic of heated debates over the years. Some fans and pundits have called it his biggest weakness, pointing to past fights where the Chechen powerhouse was tested beyond the early rounds, most notably against Gilbert Burns in 2021 and Kamaru Usman in 2023.
Is it true that Hamzat lived in the gym?
Yeah. It was one.
How big?
Half this one? Yeah. Maybe one bed and one closet.
That's it?
Yeah. Sometimes when the gym closed, you go train another session.
Unreal.
Yeah.
He wants it.
Yeah.
He wants it more than anybody.
Yeah.
The big question heading into UFC 319 is whether Chimaev's conditioning will hold up if the fight stretches past the first 3 rounds. Chimaev's aggression is one of his trademarks, but it's also left him vulnerable in longer contests. That was evident in his battle with Burns, where he was pushed hard and had to dig deep to secure the victory. Despite this, Chimaev still managed to pull through, but it was clear that his ability to sustain a high pace over 5 rounds was still a bit of a mystery. For du Plessis, many have drawn a simple conclusion. Survive the opening onslaught, and you've got a chance to outlast the 31-year-old. That's where the cracks in Chimaev's game, according to some, could be exploited. Du Plessis is no slouch, and his strong cardio and relentless style could pose a serious challenge to Chimaev's early blitz. But now, insiders close to Chimaev are suggesting that his cardio may no longer be the same liability that it once was.
He's so big, he's so strong, and he's good. Now, Khamzat, in a sprint, can't stay with him. DDP can't stay with him. But I think if the fight goes long, it starts to get interesting. Because I think Dricus is there for 25 minutes. Khamzat needs to be there for 25 minutes also.
The word from those in Chimaev's camp is that he's taken a radically different approach to his conditioning. Arman Tsarukyan, a prominent figure in Chimaev's fight camp, recently spoke about the improvements made to Chimaev's recovery and conditioning. Tsarukyan, who himself is a top contender in the lightweight division, has witnessed firsthand how Chimaev's preparation has evolved. According to him, the Chechen has made a concerted effort to improve his endurance by working on his strength and conditioning twice a week in addition to his regular wrestling and striking training. He's also brought in a new strength and conditioning coach specifically to focus on his cardio.
Without giving anything away, of course, what is a good strategy Khamzat is looking at in terms of going at Dricus?
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not gonna change anything. DDP thinks that Khamzat not gonna take him down.
He said he'll give him. I saw on Twitter. Dricus said he'll give him 10,000 for every time he's able to take him down.
If he's really think like he's gonna pay his 10,000, he's not gonna make money from that fight. He's gotta give all his money to Khamzat.
This focus on conditioning is more than just a tweak, it's a full-blown overhaul. Sarukian explained that Chimaev's camp has incorporated recovery tools like a device that tracks his recovery statistics every morning. The idea is simple: get Chimaev's body to bounce back faster and more efficiently so that he can sustain a high pace throughout the fight. According to Sarukian, the improvement in Chimaev's recovery ability is noticeable and has been tested every day during his camp. With this approach, Chimaev might have turned one of his biggest perceived weaknesses into a non-issue. And it's not just about recovering faster, it's also about preventing overtraining. Sarukian mentioned that Chimaev has a tendency to push himself too hard, and this is something that needs to be controlled in training. In the past, Chimaev's drive and relentless training schedule sometimes led to issues, with his previous camps often leaving him feeling overworked. But now he has someone watching his every move, making sure he doesn't burn himself out before fight night. Chimaev's training history hasn't always been smooth. There was a period, especially between 2020 and 2021, when his health became a major concern. Chimaev was sidelined for a long time after suffering from a serious illness, which at one point even led to him temporarily stepping away from the sport. Despite a strong comeback, Chimaev continued to face health setbacks, which were at one point attributed to a grueling training schedule that led to exhaustion. He was eventually forced to make changes, including switching coaches and re-evaluating his entire training strategy. His previous coach's approach had been one of pushing Chimaev to the brink, which only exacerbated his health issues.
DDP is non-stop pressure, he's awkward, and that awkwardness gets it done. I'd say the reason why Chimaev won't win is because of his cardio. I said that before, right? And then I met him, and I introduced him. So this guy's Sam Calavita that I'm talking about. He owns Training Lab. He's the one that gave me my bro science PhD and everything I'm talking about now, and I did it in his garage. So I learned everything you could possibly learn about peak performance and how to get your body there. Well, I introduced Armin to Sam Calavita, which has been working with him, and you've seen the way he's been looking lately, but now I've also introduced Chimaev to him. So
it's safe to say that Chimaev learned from that. He sought out new coaching strategies, emphasizing smarter training rather than just harder training. This shift has taken place mostly in the serene mountains of Russia, where Chimaev has reunited with his old wrestling coach. These changes have not only helped him physically, but also mentally, as he now has a more structured and controlled approach to his camps.
Weep is Khamzat's manager. He's out here to make sure everything's going good. We've been seeing his camp progressing. The guy's an animal. One thing I see about him, his cardio is going to another level.
Yeah, I mean, you see it every week, it just gets better and better. Coach Cal also, he's looking at the numbers, and he's saying that it's incredible, the numbers that he's putting out. So. And
I'm watching him train with Armin. It seems like him and Armin have an amazing connection right now.
Yeah. You see, they have like this kind
They're
of.
They're battling each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen it.
When they're training, they're going for each other. And then we're not training, they're together like brothers, so it's perfect. It's a good matchup for them. They're both like dialed in, and they're both some of the best fighters in the world. So it's good to have them working together.
It's a lethal combo, Armin and Khamzat together.
Despite all these improvements, some voices in the MMA world remain unconvinced about Chimaev's conditioning. Chael Sonnen, a veteran of the sport, has argued that it's unfair to criticize Chimaev's cardio. Sonnen believes that Chimaev's energy expenditure is part of his style. The former middleweight contender explained that fighters like Fedor Emelianenko also had to deal with exhaustion in fights, but it never seemed to slow them down. According to Sonnen, it's not so much about having endless stamina, it's about using the energy you have effectively.
Dricus du Plessis has a $10,000 proposal for Chimaev. I'll give you $10,000 every time you can take me down. So what does a fight look like between Chimaev and Dricus if there's no takedown? Are you completely certain that for Chimaev to win this fight, he must take him down? But what if we put it in reverse? Chimaev can't take him down. That's what Dricus is saying is gonna happen. Are we sure that Chimaev can't strike with him? Are you sure that in the absence of a takedown, Chimaev cannot beat Dricus du Plessis?
On the other hand, Sean O'Malley has placed his bet on Chimaev, citing his dominant win over Whitaker as the moment that made him believe the Chechen could dethrone du Plessis. O'Malley watched du Plessis bout with Israel Adesanya and saw the South African's ability to weather a storm. However, he still believes Chimaev's firepower and finishing ability would be enough to put du Plessis on the back foot. O'Malley isn't the only one who sees Chimaev's chances as strong. The way Chimaev dismantled Whitaker in such a quick and brutal fashion has shown the world that if he's on point, he's almost impossible to stop in the early rounds.
DDP versus Khamzat. I feel like Khamzat's hard to count out. DDP is too. Obviously, everyone keeps counting him out each fight. He comes out there and does it. But Khamzat, just the way he did it to Whitaker, it's like, holy. I'm going to go with Khamzat on that. I do really like DDP. Yeah, it's very exciting for me right now.
But others, like Michael Bisping, have a different perspective. Bisping, who's been around the sport for a long time, believes Chimaev's wrestling is key to his success in this fight. Du Plessis has proven to be a capable grappler in his own right, but Bisping sees Chimaev's pressure and grappling as the deciding factor in the contest. He believes du Plessis is unlikely to avoid the takedowns and that once Chimaev has control, it's game over. Du Plessis, who has shown himself to be a fearsome competitor, has never faced someone with the same combination of wrestling and striking that Chimaev brings to the table. If du Plessis tries to avoid Chimaev's aggressive style and runs from him, he'll only be playing into Chimaev's hands.
Dricus du Plessis, I mean, you cannot doubt this guy. And he said he wants to fight Khamzat on the ground. He's not intimidating. He's big, he's strong, he can wrestle, he's got great judo, he's got knockout power, he's had a nose job, so he's got a great gas tank now as well.
To be honest, I don't really see Khamzat getting him out of there early. Dricus is such a motherfucker, so game, so scrambly, especially in the early rounds, and then he builds in 3, 4, and 5. So my best guess would be Khamzat comes out guns blazing, maybe
As the countdown to UFC 319 continues, there's still plenty of debate over how this fight will unfold. Du Plessis is no easy challenge, and his durability and cardio have been major talking points leading into the fight. Many believe that if Chimaev can't finish the fight early, du Plessis' superior endurance will come into play. But with Chimaev's new focus on cardio and recovery, that might not be the case anymore. The Chechen star could very well prove the critics wrong and show that his conditioning has caught up to his otherworldly talent. It's a fight that could change the entire middleweight division and determine who truly sits at the top.